guys, my name's Claire, also known as Claire Bear. Welcome to my channel. For today's look, I'm going to be doing a very simple makeup tutorial on this look here. It's just like a beginner's level kind of look that anyone can throw together in maybe half an hour or less. This is something that I would typically wear to Hooters if I'm feeling kind of lazy but still want to look glam. If you do work at Hooters, you know that yes, you do have to wear makeup every day. You have to have your hair done, so I've just straightened my hair for today. My curling wand didn't want to turn on, so I just had to do straight.
So to start off any makeup look, we want to start off with a nice clean face. So I've already taken a shower, I have washed my face, and I have applied a moisturizer and let that soak in for a little bit. I'm then going to go in with my Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. You definitely want to use a primer underneath your foundation because it is going to keep it in place. I love this one because it helps to hide my large pores that I have in my T-zone. So all I do is just pat that in. It's just going to create a nice even base. I'm then going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless in shade 235. I'm applying that on the back of my hand and then lightly dabbing my Beauty Blender into it and then blending that all over my face. I want a very thin layer of foundation today. I'm really not going for this crazy like perfect look. I'm just trying to even out my skin tone so I don't have any crazy redness. I do like to let my flaws kind of show through a little bit, so. I'm then going to go in with my Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Concealer. I'm just going to pat that under my eye in kind of an upside down triangle shape. I'm going to blend that out with my Beauty Blender, but I'm not trying to get concealer everywhere. I want to keep it in that kind of shape. So we're just going to pat that gently and then set it with the NYX Mineral Set It Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder in the shade Light Medium. I'm just going to tap this all over that concealer. You want to start off by setting your concealer first so that way it doesn't crease. And then after that, I'm going to set the rest of my face that I want to keep matte for the night. I'm then going to go in with my Kat Von D Shade Light palette. First, I'm going to draw like a straight line just underneath my cheekbone because that's the kind of contour that I want. And then I'm going to slowly blend that towards the, I guess like towards my nose. Like you want to blend it up and inwards, and that's just going to create a nice pretty contour. I'm also going to go up onto my forehead and my temples just to kind of bring everything together. You don't just want to contour your cheeks. I'm also going to go in with my NARS Orgasm Blush, which obviously is one of my favorites. I'm just going to put that all over my cheeks. It's like a nice rosy golden color. This part's completely optional, but I like to glow, so I'm going to put on some Champagne Pop by Becca and Jaclyn Hill. I'm just going to put that just on top of like the high point of my blush, just on top of my brow, on my Cupid's bow, my tip of my nose, and also on the very, very tip of my. Now using my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the Anti-Aging Translucent formula, I'm just going to put that just over my brow bone, and I'm going to take a spoolie brush and just kind of brush that in through my brows. The air at Hooters is very greasy, so I like to have something for everything to kind of stick to. I'm then going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush and dip brow in the shade Chocolate, and I'm going to start to do my brows. I like to start off by drawing the line underneath my brow and creating my arch and tail end first, and then I just slowly start to blend the product upwards. This stuff is very, very pigmented, so you do want to start off with less than you would think that you would need and just slowly start building your way up to a darker brow. It's a lot harder to make your brows lighter once you apply this stuff than it is to make it darker. So I'm going to go in with my spoolie brush and just make sure everything's kind of blended together. Then I'm going to draw a line on the top of my brow and I'm going to connect it to the tail end, and this is just going to finalize the shape of my brow. I try to do this all fairly slowly. I am skipping ahead quite a bit in this video, so please take your time if you're trying to do this. I'm just going to slowly start to fill in my brows. Once I am happy with how they are filled in, I'm going to spoolie through them just to make sure I don't have any clumps of product and make sure everything's blended together. I'm then going to take my, I think this is a NYX Cosmetics concealer and a flat brush. I'm really sorry I'm out of frame. I'm going to show you in just a second what I actually do here. So it's just like a nice clean line underneath my brow. I'm not trying to change the shape of what I've already done, and I'm not trying to get the concealer into my brow. I'm just trying to make sure I have a nice clean line underneath. Now I'm not going to be going all the way around my brows, just on the very bottom edge. Then I'm going to go in with my NYX Control Freak clear brow gel. You can use any clear brow gel you like, but just brush your hairs up and outwards, and that's just going to create the finished brow look. Then I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Sin, which is just a very pretty metallic base. It's almost like a champagne color in person. It's very, very pretty. And I'm just going to take that all over my lid and then lightly blend that into my crease, but not past my crease. So all of the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using today are from my Tartelette in Bloom palette, although you can use any similar shades that you have. I'm just going to take my MAC 217 brush and I'm going to take the shade Flower Child, which is just very slightly darker than my skin tone, and I'm going to apply that into my crease just to create a nice transition shade for the metallic color I'm going to add. I'm going to take the shade Funny Girl, which is like a champagne kind of a shimmery color, and I'm going to use my finger to just pack that onto my lid. I just want for it to be concentrated just on my actual eyelid, not into my crease or anywhere else. I'm then going to go in with a flat shader brush in the shade Charmer, which is like a very light beige color, and I'm going to highlight my brow bone. I'm then going to blend it out with my 217 again, and then I'm going to apply a little bit onto my inner corner using another fluffy eyeshadow brush. Then I'm going to go over my lashes with mascara. You could essentially leave the look just like this if you wanted to. I feel like my lashes are too short for that, so I'm going to go in with my Violet Voss Vamptress lashes. Wow, I'll try saying that quickly 3 times. I'm also going to use my House of Lashes lash glue. I know this is really hard to see, but I'm just applying a very thin stripe of it just on the lash band. I like to go from the outer corner to the inner corner. I use tweezers for the inner corner just to make sure it's tucked in. And then I'm going to pinch my natural lashes and my falsies together just to kind of make sure that they're all fully blended together. And that's how I apply my falsies. Then I'm going to take the shade Jet Setter, also from my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm just going to put that just underneath my lower lash line. That's really just going to add a very slight shadow just to make sure that my lower lashes pop as well. And that is the finished eye look. Moving on to lips, I'm using my Lush Mint Juleps lip scrub, and I'm just going to make sure that I have a nice even base for my liquid lipstick. I love this lip scrub because it's totally natural and also edible, and it tastes like candy. So I'm going to lick off the excess, and then I'm also going to pat that with a paper towel just to make sure everything is off. And then I'm going to take my Stylist Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the shade Bachi, which is very similar to my natural lip color. As you can see, it's a little bit of like a cool tone mauve. I absolutely adore this color. It's one of their new shades. I'm just going to start off by doing my lower lip and making sure the edges are nice and clean, and then I'm going to do the center of my upper lip, and then I'm going to slowly work on creating my Cupid's bow. If I was going to overdraw my lips, I would do usually just my Cupid's bow and then my lower, very center of my lip, just to create a nice full shape. And there you have it. That is the finished makeup look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this nice and easy.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video and found it a little helpful. Please leave a comment down below, like this video, subscribe to my channel, all that good stuff. Thank you guys.